when it comes to the opposition, nobody clearly is taking the name of Pakistan and its possible involvement in this cowardly terror attack, sir.
Is condemning this dastardly act of terrorism, and this is very, very unfortunate that this again happened in Reasi district of Jammu and Kashmir. A bus carrying the pilgrims was targeted by the Pakistani terrorists, and very unfortunate thing is, when it comes to terrorism, it is war against nation. It is a war against the country. And irrespective of party politics, one should condemn it and say, unitedly we will fight against the nefarious designs of Pakistan. Our brave Jawans of army, paramilitary forces, and Jammu Kashmir police have already cordoned off the areas. And I do hope very soon all these perpetrators will be neutralized. They will be taken to task. This cannot be tolerated, and the perpetrators cannot be spared.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Raina, for your point of view. As far as other BJP leaders too have been saying that they already know when it comes to the involvement of Pakistan in the attack on the bus carrying pilgrims. Kavinder Gupta claims that this attack was sponsored by Pakistan for creating disturbance in India.
जब से नॉर्मल हुई है उसके बाद से जम्मू के रीजन में थोड़े टेरर अटैक बढ़ गए, क्या कहेंगे?
देखिए, सबसे पहले हमें ये मानना पड़ेगा कि ये जो आतंकवाद है ये पाकिस्तान प्रायोजित है। पाकिस्तान हमेशा प्रयास करता रहा है, बहुत सी जंग हमारे साथ लड़ी, लेकिन वहां तो जीत नहीं।
Get you more political reactions. Dr. Farooq Abdullah also speaking exclusively to Times Now.
And this is unfortunate, and I hope it never happens again. And we have to be very careful now with this Amarnath Yatra being there. We have to be extremely careful that nothing happens. And every person, I request every of the state to see that it never takes place again. Also at the same time, through your television, I would like to send a message of goodwill to the Prime Minister for his third term. I hope he'll carry the nation together. And all those rhetorics that have been done in the election will be forgotten. And that everyone and every person, what religion he belongs to, what region he belongs to, what language he speaks, that he carries them together to build a strong nation. A nation that can fight all this terrorism and every other episode that takes place in the nation, which is against our constitution. And I hope he will carry that constitution forward. And that is my best wishes for him.
Dr. Terrible, the Reasi incident is, and undoubtedly, you are the one who has always advocating for the talks with the Pakistan.
It's not the question of talks with the Pakistan. The question is, the Prime Minister will, it is not, I cannot suggest anything to the Prime Minister. It is for him to see how these things stop. And that is for him to decide.
Doctor, one last question I want to take here is that since the portfolios are yet to be decided, but there's a rift in the NDA government. The Ajit Pawar has not been given the cabinet position. So how do you see this, the initial things that...
All right, when it comes to such kind of terror attacks and the condemnation that has been pouring in, parties from across the board who have condemned this cowardly attack, Congress leaders like Rahul Gandhi has said that incident reflects a true picture of the worrying security situation in Jammu and Kashmir. Congress party president Mallikarjun Kharge also says the attack comes at a time when in New Delhi the new government was being sworn in, and it calls it as a deliberate affront to India's national security. General G.D. Bakshi, sir, is with us. Sir, another cowardly attack that has been reported. It was last month on the Indian Air Force's convoy, sir. This time around, it seems to be a well-recceived, well-thought-of, well-researched kind of an attack that has taken place on innocent pilgrims.
This is an outrageous attack. Please don't forget, 10 Indian citizens have been murdered and there are 33 injured. This toll is likely to rise. That it has come on the day that the new government was sworn in is a kind of a slap in our face. And India must retaliate in full measure. I think for a long time Pakistan has had a free pass. There have been no surgical strikes since Uri. There have been no
airstrikes since Balakot. There is still a ceasefire still on the line of control. I don't see why. Pakistan seems intent on trying to create trouble for India, especially in the Rajouri-Punch region, where they have been trying to revive terrorism in a major way, taking advantage of the dense jungle terrain. I think we should not confine our actions to consequence management on our own side, but we should hit out as we had done earlier across.
Right, sir. Thank you very much, General Bakshi, for joining in with your point of view. Well, General Bakshi goes on to say that this is a time for action that needs to be initiated on ground. Of course, we are looking at the investigative agency already, that the best ones have been put to use. But unfortunately, around 9 lives, including children, that have been lost and over 30 injured. Priyank and Pradeep, thank you very much for joining in with